Hey guys, Landon here with TBS Factoring coming to you live from Oklahoma City. Thank you so much for taking time out of your day to watch us and spend some time with us here. I'm very excited about today's topic. We're going to talk about the two big hurdles, Tammy, that people have to overcome if they want to become their own boss and get their own authority. We're going to talk about that. If that's you, if you've been thinking about becoming your own boss, you're going to stick around and watch this because we're going to get raw and real, pull back the curtain on some serious topics that you're probably talking about with people on the road right now. So we want to hear from you, so make sure you can hear us and see us, like this video. Press that about 1 million times. We want a bunch of those thummy things going across the screen.
And the hearts.
And the hearts. That's your job. She said hearts, I said likes. And also, let us know where you're watching this from. Are you coming from Dallas? Are you coming from the great state of Montana? Where are you watching this from? We want to hear from you because we want you to be a part of this conversation for the next 5-10 minutes here on this series, this TBS Live, coming to you from Oklahoma City. I'm with, as you can tell, I'm not by myself. I'm with a good friend and someone I'm getting to know really well, Tammy Gary. Tammy, why don't you introduce yourself?
Hi, Tammy Gary. Been here for quite a long time, ex-truck driver. If you watched last week, you probably heard how long that I drove a truck with my husband. We owned our truck, how long I've been here.
Absolutely. And Tammy, I can't thank you enough for being on part of this because last week's video, we're going to recap this real quick because it was a very important topic. I mean, if you caught that, maybe you haven't. But before we do that, I always want to jump into the heart of our conversation, but I got to do something important. One second, Tammy. Real quick, maybe you even haven't heard of TBS just yet. TBS Factoring is one of the largest privately owned companies in the trucking industry that serves thousands of trucking companies every single day, funding loads, solving the cash flow problem. And when you become a client of TBS, literally you can take advantage of our fuel finder, load finder. We can also help you when it comes to all the insurance and permits. And so much added value when it comes to being partnered with TBS and running your trucking business. So if you're having an issue with getting paid and paid on time, paid fast enough, give us a call. We'd love to get some information in your hands. But so after that commercial break, if you don't mind, back to what I can't wait to talk about with you, Tammy. Last week on the video was very important. It's 2018, a lot of New Year's resolutions out there. A lot of people that are talking about becoming their own boss and getting their own authority.
Yes.
And last week's video, we had over 35,000 people watch that video. Dozens and dozens and dozens of conversations in the comment thread, as well as a ton of shared. I mean, it was amazing, kind of where the industry is right now because, you know, the economy's booming.
Yes.
There's a lot of freight moving.
There is.
A lot of manufacturing coming back in the nation, which is great for trucking. So now's the time to get into trucking.
I think it is, yes.
And so and those company drivers out there, maybe that's you. Let me ask you a question. Are you ready to become your own boss? Watch last week's video, get all the information you need, but right now I want to recap what you need to know. So Tammy, real quick, when it comes to becoming your own boss, let's specifically talk about, just in 2 minutes or less, what that looks like. So first steps, contact TBS, and what do you need to get? What's the first step that they need to get?
Is their MC, DOT, and BOC3, their federal authority.
Absolutely, and TBS helps with your team, helps with all of that, right? Secondly, how much does that cost?
$389.
$389. Break that down. Where does that money go?
$300 goes to the federal government, $50 for BOC3, $39 to TBS.
$350 and then $39 to TBS.
Yes.
Pretty straightforward.
Correct.
No hidden fees, no punches, no gimmicks.
No.
Straightforward. Talk to me about insurance.
Well, we have partner agencies that we can get you hooked up with that can give you up to 50% of your down payment. Factoring will pay half of it, you pay half of it, then you pay back your half to the factoring.
So insurance assistance if needed?
Yes.
Absolutely. If that's you and you're looking for some help with that, that's a big roadblock. A lot of people don't know how expensive that can be.
Yeah.
It can be up to, what, $4,000?
Yes.
I mean, who knows? Just depends on the certain situation and what you're hauling, etc.
Correct.
And so if you have those questions, Tammy and her team can help with that. Then when it comes to time, how long does it take?
3 weeks is the most common time. We apply for the authority, they get their numbers immediately, they sit on docket for 2 weeks, get your insurance in that 2 weeks, you can be active on the 21st day.
Absolutely. So pretty straightforward when it comes to what you need, how much it costs, how long it takes.
Correct.
And your team takes care of all that. Now, let's talk about when it comes to finding loads. can TBS help with finding loads?
Yes, we have a free load board.
That's fantastic. So as you can see, just kind of a cradle to grave, A to Z approach here at TBS, working with your team. And really, Tammy, it's funny because what made last week's video so popular, in all seriousness, just kind of slowing down a little bit, you know what it's like when you're talking to the drivers on the road.
Yes, I do.
Tell a little bit of your story, real quick. Recap a little bit about your experience on the road.
There was a lot of different experiences that we had out there, and I know a lot of the drivers are going to relate to it. One time, I didn't tell this last week, but when we was a company driver, we got stuck in Sheridan, Wyoming. We didn't have our current cab card on us. Well, our company closed at 5 o'clock. This was on Friday. We got to sit there till Monday morning. Anybody been in Sheridan, Wyoming? There's not a whole lot there to do, but we waited, we got the cab card, and then we took off. So, I mean, being out there and having trouble like that and needing help, we're here to help with that. And that's one of the things that we make sure that we do. It is important for them drivers to be moving.
Absolutely. And it's also important for them to know that you understand.
Yes.
You and your team here at TBS, we understand the challenges. We're not just a company looking to make some money and do some transactions or, be big brother over your business. We're truly a partner that understands the challenges you face every single day. And that's you. I mean, heck, you were out on the road. You have driven over 500,000 miles yourself.
Correct, yes.
500,000 miles.
Yes.
And then when you came a part of TBS 20 years ago, ago, longer than the internets of things, maybe not. Anyway, but that's not important. Literally, you helped run your company as well. So you were in the office. Your husband at the time was on the road.
Yes.
You were taking care of all the things on the back end.
Yes, I was.
It's a big deal. So
It
you
is.
get it.
Yes, there's a lot of husbands, they do the driving, and wives stay at home and do the back office stuff. A lot of times they have no idea what they're doing or what they're talking about, so they call us. So we train them and teach them this is how you should do it and why you should do it, and it's very rewarding.
That is very rewarding. I don't know. It's kind of like making a big difference, allowing some people
Yes,
to take
it is.
some steps on their dreams. And, that's funny. If you can relate to that, when it comes to the challenges that you face, or there's someone that you can tag in the comment thread and say thank you to them, do that right now, will you? That's a big deal. I don't know about you, Tammy, but I could use a little bit of encouragement every now and then.
Oh, yes.
And also, I just love to tell people thank you who are helping me do life every single day.
Well, a lot of the truck drivers out there don't get the respect that they deserve. And one of the famous sayings that I say is, without trucks, America stops.
And that's literally the truth. And we're going to kind of dive into that when it comes to just the pulse of the industry and what's going on from our perspective. And I'm still a pup in this industry. I've only been in the industry for 10 years, and I feel like maybe I'm graduating to second grade. Maybe.
Okay, maybe.
Maybe going into junior high. I don't know. But some dear mentors of mine have been in this space for 40 plus years. It's been an honor to learn from great people like yourself in the industry. And so when it comes to this last video that we did, it was so detailed. I think we did our very best to try to answer all the questions. If you're looking to start your own business, become your own boss, get your own authority, we covered
Yes, everything.
Almost everything.
From A to Z.
Literally, A to Z. And like friends here at TBS like to say, cradle to grave.
Yes.
And that's very serious. I mean, that's how awesome it is to be partnered with TBS. But through the comment thread, excuse my hesitation because I want to make sure I word this right, but through the comment thread, I picked up on a pulse of it's not the lack of knowledge that is keeping people from starting their own business and getting their own authority, becoming their own boss. It's fear.
Yes, it is. It's scary to think about going out there and having your own business and having people that rely on you. Yes, it is scary.
Absolutely.
But with TBS, we can help them with that. We can show them the way to go.
And before we dive into that, in a couple of big topics that my conversations online and social media, through email, etc., over the phone, like you, what were some of the biggest challenges that you faced? What are the things that, when you started out with your own business, with your husband at the time, what were some things that you guys man, it kept you up at night sometimes.
I didn't know where to start it to begin with. We bought the truck, and then it was like, where do we go from here? And so it was a learning experience. So
Yeah.
we found out where to go, which TBS helped us. I was working here then, and so we had a lot of
Yeah.
back help and helped us go that way, which I was very thankful for. Trying to figure out where we buy fuel, how to get loads, all that stuff. TBS has all that here that can help them with that. They don't have to go from different place to different place. We have it all under one roof.
And let's expound upon that, because that's one of the biggest hurdles that people have to overcome when it comes to thinking about, okay, I'm used to being a company driver. I'm used to being leased on as an owner operator,
Yes.
letting the company take care of the authority, the insurance, the permits, all those risks involved, the regulations, for crying out loud. Finding the load, I just want to pick up, drop off, and move on. You know, in a way, it's not that easy being
No, it's not.
your own boss. You've got to take ownership of all that.
Yes.
But TBS, you know, it's funny because so many people get taken advantage of when it comes to business. There's a lot of, like what we're saying here.
Correct.
There could be some speculation. There could be a lot of doubt. Like it all sounds good, but when I get engaged with you, it's just a bunch of BS.
No.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, I don't know if you've had some bad experiences. Like when I took advantage of wanting to take that step and go that direction, the company that said they were going to help me along the way dropped the ball and never heard from them, and I was
I've heard that.
I was left with everything in my hands, and I was screwed.
I've heard that before.
You know what I mean? But it doesn't happen like that at TBS if we can help it.
Correct.
You know, we're not perfect.
Correct.
We're human here, just like you. We don't, but we work very hard. We have character. We have integrity. And so, if I'm Landon's Trucking, let's do a little role play. Can we do that?
Sure.
I call you. You've helped me get my MC, my DOT. You've helped me get my BOC3. Got it right. I've got my own truck. I'm insured. But now I've got no cash.
Yes.
Not as much as I had before I met you. And it seems like this relationship's going one way.
Right.
Money from me to you.
Yes. Yes.
I would like it to come back the other way, in all seriousness. Can you help me find loads?
Yes. We have a free load board. We also have the factoring that can get you paid immediately.
Absolutely.
We have fuel advances. We have a fuel finder that helps you find where to get your best fuel.
Yeah.
Most people that use that fuel finder end up saving $200,
Yeah.
$500 a month.
Well, just out of curiosity, did you guys, when you were back on the road years ago, did you have all these tools and resources when you guys got started?
No, we didn't even have cell phones.
That is very true. That is very true. Oh, it's amazing how we forget that, crap, the internet's not that old and cell phones not that old.
Right, we had walkie-talkies.
Walkie-talkies. That's fantastic. We'll have to talk about that some more time. This is things that today's generation just doesn't understand.
No.
And I'm young. My goodness, there's things that have been part of my life, like the microwave, the whole time. Anyway, that's a whole nother conversation. But, you know, let me ask you this. When it comes to the loads, they don't take advantage of the load board that TBS clients can. Will you
Correct.
recommend them to someone?
Oh, there's other brokers and stuff out there. Most of the time, other load boards, they have the same brokers that could be on our load board. There's a lot of established
Yeah.
ones out there. There's a lot of good ones. There's a lot of bad ones. Most of the time, you're going to know what the good ones are.
Yeah,
Other
so-
drivers are going to tell you.
So would you recommend, if I'm Landon's Trucking and I've got everything, I'm close to having it all wrapped up and I'm about to hit, I'd love to be able to start moving my truck and getting some loads, and would you say that I need to start building those relationships?
Yes, you do. Yeah.
Take advantage of it. I mean, take advantage of the prep work necessary while you're getting all the logistics
Yes.
taken care of,
Yes.
right? Build those relationships. You know, there's some speculation out there that some brokers don't like new entrants
Correct.
into the industry. Expound upon that a little bit.
Well, a lot of them, they don't have experience and they don't want to deal with them.
Yeah,
and
right-
so
rightfully
they're
so.
scared. Yeah, there's
Not a ton of experience being your own boss.
correct.
Not a big track record, so to speak, not a lot of references.
Correct.
What's cool though is TBS actually partnered with a startup brokerage,
Correct.
Foxhole Logistics,
Yes.
right here in Oklahoma City. And so if you're one of those that has got new entrants, got your new
Correct.
MC, new authority, and having a tough time getting connected with brokers that will even just take your call and want to do business with you in the future, we would love to connect you with Foxhole Logistics. They're getting freight.
Correct.
They're getting owner operators and that
New
need to be part
entrants.
of it. New entrants is a part of it. They don't
Yes.
mind that. So if that's you and you want to get connected with Foxhole Logistics right here in Oklahoma City, we'd love to connect with you. Just put it in the comment thread below this. We'll PM you all the information, or you can private
Yes.
message us. I will pause. After this, we'll also put their information here. So if you want to reach out to them, by all means, they'd love to receive your phone call. So that's Foxhole Logistics here in Oklahoma City. So that's the loads issue
Yes.
when it comes to, starting to make some money, for crying out loud.
Mm-hmm.
That's a big deal.
Correct.
And so literally, I've got my truck, I've got my load, now I'm moving down. I don't have to wait. There's a lot of good online brokers right now that once you drop the load, you get paid within 7 days, but that's good. That's better than net 90.
Right, but it's not as good as TBS factoring.
True. That is true. We don't want to be a commercial the whole time. You love what you do, don't you?
Yes, I do.
Because it works.
It does.
And making a
I
difference.
believe in it.
Yeah, I would say when we're serving several thousand trucking companies every day, something's good about that.
Yes.
It's a big deal. And that's okay to talk about that. But
And this is the 50th year for TBS also.
50 years.
50 years in business.
50 years in the trucking industry. I think you can trust some people here at TBS.
Yes.
So online brokers over the phone, Foxhole Logistics, load board with TBS. So get all that taken care of, and then while you're getting it taken care of, you can go and build those relationships and find
Correct.
loads. That's a big deal because a lot of people, golly, it takes a lot of money just to start the freaking business.
Sure does.
So so with TBS, you will help me, point me in the right direction at least to
Correct.
get those loads.
Correct.
That's awesome. Regulations. And that's just, I don't know if that's ever going to stop.
It's definitely changing.
When you were on the road early in your career, driving out there, how different were the regulations then as they were now? Kind of expound upon that. Did you have, log books and ELDs and
You said that right, log
roadside
books.
inspections, all those good things?
Log books. Most drivers have more than one. But now with this ELD, you can't do that. But I remember when we first went out there, we had bingo cards. A lot of the new guys do not know what bingo cards are.
Now, when I think bingo cards, I'm out
Well, it
there.
kind of looks like that. That's why they call them bingo cards. And you had to have a permit in different states. There was two different IFTAs out there. There was an IFTA and a RIFTA, and now we
RIFTA.
just have one. And even Canada is involved in that. So
There's a
been
ton
a
of
lot
bad
changes.
jokes flying through my head right now. when you
Oh,
say
I can imagine. You
IFTA.
better be nice.
When it comes to the challenges of regulations, you've got to own those, be knowledgeable.
Correct.
I think a lot of the frustration with that topic is there's just a lot of rumors out there of what's true and what's
Correct.
not true.
Correct.
People that are trying to cheat the system
Yes.
versus just from profiting with a good business model.
Correct.
TBS will help when it comes to any kind of education you guys can help with.
Correct. Especially with the DOT regulations and stuff, we have a great compliance department that will tell them from beginning to end what they need to do. They
Yeah.
have an audit, they can help them with that, get them prepared for it. Nobody that they have helped has ever failed their audit when they followed everything they said.
That's a big claim.
It is.
Are you sure about that, Tammy?
Yes, I am. I'm very sure about it. Oh,
As the 11th employee here at TBS with hundreds now,
Yes.
I would say that you're correct. I
Yeah.
would imagine.
yes.
You're
Only
definitely-
one person didn't pass their audit. They failed to take their drug test, pre-employment drug test.
And you can't make someone go do that. They kind of have to do that on their own.
Right, and so they didn't pass.
Got it. Now, so we have here at TBS. If it's not even just taking advantage of the service, there's just information.
Yes,
If you have questions as a client, ask them,
correct,
and you'll provide them in the right information, the right direction.
correct.
If it's not from us, we're partnered with so many great companies. There's hundreds of them across
Yes.
the nation here
Yes.
in the trucking space that can answer these questions for them. If it's not from us, we'll point you in the right direction.
Correct.
We want you to win every day. We really mean that.
And I can actually say if we don't know an answer,
Yeah.
we find it out because we want to know what that answer is. So if somebody asks us
Yeah.
the question, we're like, I don't know. We find it out for them.
It's a big deal. And so we've covered a lot, and when it comes to just recapping last week and what it takes to get your own authority, the big hurdle that you've got to overcome when it comes to finding loads and actually starting making money, making revenue for your business, and then the advantages of getting paid faster if you want that. We share all that information on these lives, and we don't want this to be a big commercial. We truly
Correct.
want to answer questions and just talk real, pull back the curtain a little bit
Correct.
about the challenges that you talk to owners every day
Oh, yes.
about. And so we just want to bring that here. And so, if you haven't heard us talk about something that's important to you, will you please put that in the comment thread below this video? If you have someone that you're talking to that's considering pulling the trigger, getting their own, and becoming their own boss, getting their own authority, share this video. Yes, we would love for them to choose TBS, but more importantly, we would love for them to be able to make their dream a reality.
Yes.
I mean, that's no fluff there. I really mean that.
It's
I know
rewarding to see guys
It
get
is.
out there and start their business, and they grow, they prosper.
Absolutely. It makes a big impact on their family. There's a lot of you that are considering, man, I would love to start my own business so I can pass this on to the next generation with my kids, with my
Yes.
boys and my girls. A lot of girls out there crushing
Yes.
it,
Yes.
which is awesome. And when it comes to the legacy you want to leave for your family, the difference you want to make in the community, well, we want you to have that information. That's the purpose of why we're doing this
Yes.
conversation.
Yes.
And so that we can just cut through all the noise out there. There's a lot.
And if they have questions, they can put it online or they can call us.
Absolutely. And we're going to put that information here in this video in the comment thread and more. We do our best to make it easy to get in contact
Yes.
with us. So, but in all seriousness, you don't have to call us expecting that we're going to pitch you something.
Right.
If you have a sincere question, we'll do our best to get an answer.
Right.
It's really that simple. So tag that person you're talking to about this. Share this video. If you can relate to this, will you do me a favor? Will you like, or like she said, throw some hearts up there.
Heart.
Like 1,000,000 of them. That'd be really pretty and cool.
Yes.
But I think, that's it. And when it comes to ELDs with the regulations, just share some love with our friends at 120. We've got a great offer for new clients in the ELD. If you want to learn more about that, I'm not even going to share the offer. If you want more information, let us know. We'd be glad to give it to you.
Yes.
So that you can stay compliant.
Correct.
I was just reading an article that half of the industry right now still hasn't pulled the trigger on the ELD.
Nope.
I get it.
A lot of people are still waiting, thinking that the ELD isn't going to become final. It's
It's
already
gonna be
final.
rescinded.
It's already there, and all the
Yeah.
penalties and shutdowns will start April 1st.
We don't want that for anybody.
No, we do
There's
not.
not. I mean, there's a lot of solutions out there, and we'll help you find the right one for you.
Correct.
Leave it at that. So, Tammy, thank you.
You're welcome.
It's been
Thank
awesome
you.
the last 2 weeks. Thank you for watching this edition of TBS Live. Remember, next week we'll be back here at 4 p.m. Central on a Thursday, right here live in Oklahoma City. From all of us here at TBS, from myself, from Tammy, thank you. We'll
Thank
see you
you.
next week on TBS Live.